Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking for Wednesday, Hump Day, the 6th of March. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I do want to say, please, let me know about your situation. I've been really loving hearing from people who are going on the twin flame journey, meeting their twin flame. It's sort of nice to relay that back to people who are waiting. No, you can't tell the time either. A lot of people ask me for timing, and I'm like, I try really hard. Sometimes you can sort of see a series of events that might bring something in, but you know what? At the end of the day, if you're not going to do the work, and that does happen. So I do have people coming in and saying, I was told this years ago by some, tarot card reader, and it's not happened. And I'm like, well, what have you done to help yourself move forward? How have you healed? Have you done this? No. Why should I have to do that? Well, number one, you have a lot of lessons to learn in this life, and unless you're acknowledging the lessons, very hard to move forward. And what happens if you don't acknowledge the lessons? Hey, you keep getting the same person with a different face. So people will absolutely tell you that, because what happens is when you aren't getting the lessons, the universe sends you back on the same path again, and you will know that. So if you keep getting the same relationship over and over, you still keep getting people who are unworthy of you. If you keep finding yourself in the same sort of job or same toxic situations, then you are not learning the lessons. That is the clear thing. Okay, using the Thelema Tarot here, and I do have the Six of Cups coming through, which is quite funny because I've just had the spiel about lessons. So sometimes we get the same lessons because we have something to heal from our past, our childhood, our families, something toxic that we haven't let go of. So in this particular card, it talks about reminiscing and nostalgia, being a child, going back to your past. And what this means is there's still something in your past that could be holding you back here. So make sure that you are paying attention to your lessons, because there's a decision to be made here. Now, this decision is going to be a little difficult because at this point in time, you're refusing to see the truth. The moon behind me says there's something big here to be revealed in order for you to move forward. Something huge. Look at the size of it. So you're unable to make this decision until you have this insight. And the insight can sometimes be something to do with the universe, but I feel like in this one it's something to do with you because you're refusing to see it here. Behind that we do have the Eight of Wands, and we're talking about arrows, messages going backwards and forwards, and arrows of love. But you're unable to see where this is going at the moment, but there is an offer coming from this. But in order to have this offer, you've got to take your blindfold off. You've got to reveal the truth to yourself, or reveal the truth, and it's got something to do with your past. Now, just to give you an example, if you're hanging on to a past person, you need to make the decision to let go. You need to see the truth here, let go of whatever it is to bring in a new offer. It will be from an earth sign. So for some of you, this is, letting go of the memories, letting go of what's happened in the past. Doesn't necessarily have to be good or bad. It's about releasing, to enable the universe to move you forward. The Queen of Swords is coming out here. So you could be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But the Queen of Swords talks about having, the ability here to speak a truth, express yourself well. They just said use humour. So don't take yourself too seriously. But if it doesn't work for you, cut it out and move forward. Six of Swords, moving forward. So this is also about your thoughts and ideas. Being able to put them in the boat and go. Let go of something. Move forward. Definitely. All of this is moving forward. Three of Swords is here. So you're moving away from something that's quite painful here. It's hard to let go of, but that's okay. Five of Pentacles. So it's going to be a bit sad letting go of it. I feel for some of you here, it's about having an attachment to someone that you thought might come out of what they were in, whether it's another relationship or whether it's from another situation. And it's like you've been waiting on this, and the universe is telling you here, you can't wait. You can't wait. You can't stay here. You have to move forward. Because this is really not good for your soul. You're feeling this left out in the cold thing, but you're questioning all the time. You're doing the backwards and forwards. Like, that's why the Two of Swords is telling you need to make a decision. Yeah, because you're self-imposing yourself in this prison, in your thoughts. A lot of swords in this reading. 4 swords out of 5 cards. There's love here waiting for you, but it may not necessarily be in this past situation. 6 of Pentacles coming out here. So there's a need for balance here. You've got to walk away from something to bring something in. Queen of Cups coming in. So you could be dealing with a water sign, but this water sign's quite open and happy to express their emotions here. Okay, he's closing out a cycle. Rightio, now I get you. Okay, and transformation. Okay, just had a little mini transformation. Okay, so what they're saying here is in order for a situation to transform, you've got to walk away from it. Now you're staying clung to it because you know that there is something here. You know that there is something. But unfortunately, it can't transform until you've walked away from it. So the balance here is wrong because you're investing. Whether you are doing anything, your energy is still investing in the situation here. Now, what's happening here is you're like prolonging the agony by doing it. So it may never happen if you keep doing this because you're still putting energy into something that is toxic. So you need to move away from it in order for it to either manifest or to let it go. Okay, let me just have a... So it's someone from your past or some situation from your past that you're refusing to see the truth with here. There's a brand new start behind all of this. Could be with the same person, could be with someone new. I can't tell you that because the lesson here is in the letting go. So for some of you, this could be about a situation that the other person, you may be having contact with the other person, but they're just giving you, what do they say? Breadcrumbs. They're just giving you little bits. But keep hanging on to the little bits in order for something bigger to come in. But the universe is saying nothing bigger will come in. This is it, just breadcrumbs. You have to walk away from this situation. Now, one of two things. By walking away, they may offer you more. There could be a turnaround here. There's an end of a cycle and there's a death card. But it could mean that they've got someone brand new to bring in for you here. But again, you need to let go of this because you're holding your energy back. Something else. If you're looking at this from a work perspective or from another situation, whatever you're doing at the moment, it may be a situation where you're investing, but you're not getting anything back. So you keep investing thinking you're going to get something back. So this person gives you breadcrumbs or they give you little feelings, little hints, little somethings every now and again which keeps you locked to them. This is what we would think of as toxic because you're putting much more in than they are giving you back. But every time you move your energy away, they come in with something else. So it could be that you're working in a job where there's no gratefulness, but every time you think of giving your notice, they come in and give you something just to keep you there. It's a very manipulative technique, very manipulative. Because what happens is for you, you keep hanging on that one thing. It's that Stockholm syndrome where you keep hanging on something good to come through. This person that you're dealing with, this workplace, whatever, there could be somebody quite narcissistic here, pulling your energy back every time you go to move away. So the energy becomes confusing then. So what can you do? You can pack up and walk away because at the moment you're in this self-imposed prison where you're doing the backwards and forwards thinking all the time. It needs to go. You need to bring in more balance. That means being self-aware, showing yourself love and being able to give up and not even invest in this anymore. Now, by doing that, you're bringing in something new because you're closing out a cycle here, and there is transformation. And the transformation could lead to what we see here, dropping the past and moving forward. There is an offer here from an earth sign. So in order to move on to the new thing, you've got to let go of the old thing. So you're on some sort of journey here to understand self-love, yourself, your lessons. You're not learning your lessons. You're doing the same as you've done before. That's what I said with the cycling. You're cycling at this. You're going back and doing it all over again. It's just been shown to you in a slightly different way. So you've been tricked. You're being manipulated again, but just in a very different way. So whatever it is, if it's not right, let it go. Let it go. Okay. Oh, 2 cards came out. Okay. Patience. It says slow down, change your attitude and clear your mind. Now, I understand that. I think you're hanging on to something because you don't want to wait for something new. So there is a need to be patient here because you have to be patient with yourself. You have to understand what's going on here. And the other card is the card of goals, and it says progress is positive and personal goals will be achieved. So you can do this. You can move forward on this. You've just got to realise you've got to have this little bit of a moment here because you're closing out this cycle now. You are moving towards something, but you've got to go through this transformation to see where you're going. And you've got to bring in balance. Have a great day, everyone.